So hello everyone, this is Gaurav for you. In the previous videos we have talked about HTML and web stack. From today onward we're going to talk about CSS. So let's get started. So the first thing that came to your mind is what is CSS? CSS is nothing but it's the same like HTML. It is not a programming language but it is actually a language that is used to style our web page. Suppose we look a particular website, say Facebook. When you go to the login page of Facebook, you will see that some color appears, say blue color. It looks something like attractive and something like that. That the form which we have created or something like that that we have created till now, we will see that it's simply white and blur or something like that, and nothing look attractive in that. So to get our web page more attractive, we use CSS. So the prerequisite of this particular video is you must know about HTML, then you have to learn about CSS. So HTML is necessary for learning about CSS because we're going to embed our CSS code in HTML only. So let's get started. There are three main way of embedding our CSS document or say CSS file to a particular HTML document. The first way is inline CSS, the second is internal CSS, and third is external CSS. We're going to discuss this one by one in this video. First of all, we're going to discuss about internal CSS. So for internal CSS, we just required a style tag. I'm just writing here. Inside that you have to write the name of the tag to which you want to look attractive or something like that. You want to do changes. Then after that you have to use curly braces. After that, in that curly braces you have to mention the name of the change that you want to implement. I am just taking background color to be say yellow or say aqua. Aqua looks something like good. I am taking aqua. Now if we want to implement some more properties, suppose we want to create some font size, font color. I'm gonna discuss about all these property later section, but I am just giving you the properties name. You will see that we have to use this semicolon for that. So just for a practice, use this here only. For creating only one property, say you use it for practice. Come practice. Now just close this tag because it is opening as well as closing tag. Now save it using Ctrl S and go to your browser part and see what changes had occurred. Now open it by using Google Chrome. I am using. You can use any browser as I have mentioned in the HTML. It is just opening. It is taking some time. I don't know why, but it's taking. It is just opening. You will see that something good looking browser has came whose color is aqua. So in this way you're gonna change it. Now I'm going to tell you how to use inline CSS. For that particular inline CSS, I'm going to show you. Suppose I want that particular paragraph here. I'm just showing you in the browser part. You will be easily understand for you. I just want that particular thing is to be in yellow color. How can we do that? We can easily do that just going to the particular tag. Just going to the particular tag. Use a style as the one of the attribute. About attribute we have seen in HTML and mention the change. Now here we want background color to be say yellow. Yes, yellow will look some cool type. I'm just taking it. You can use any color. I'm just taking it for your understanding. I'm now saving it using Ctrl S and I'm going to browser part and see the change. When I'm going to refresh it, you will see that the p tag, the component or something that we have implemented in the p tag has appeared in the background color yellow. So from here you will see that now you will see that what's your understanding about this. You now just pause the video and thought about internal CSS. You are thinking that this is only internal CSS. Nobody here. When you use something inside that particular thing inside the head tag and mention the changes, it is called internal CSS. And when you mention something or changes in after the tag and within the tag, it is called inline CSS. It is internal CSS. Means if you write something after head and within the head, it is called internal CSS, and you write something beyond the particular tag, it is called particular. Oh, I got some error here. I didn't forget to mention body tag. My bad. So I was just telling that the thing that you're gonna write here will cause, or we can say will lead to inline CSS. So can we change body tag properties using inline CSS here? You will be better understand when I go to change it. Just use a style here as a attribute, and now I just want background color to be changed. Background color color to be changed to say green. And now see what are the changes that occur. Now save it and go to the browser part and refresh it. Oh, no change has occurred. So here you can see that the priority of the internal CSS is more than the particular inline CSS. No change has occurred. This means the same thing. So I got you two things about inline CSS. It is also called inline CSS. Oh, my bad. Here we had done one mistake. We have to save it here now, and you will see that I was also thought in that thing. And when I'm gonna refresh it, you will see that the green color will appear. So my bad. From this you can see that if we make some change in particular internal CSS, and when we gonna change it in inline CSS, you will see that the changes that have been put inside the inline CSS came into existence. So in this way you can say that inline CSS has more priority than the particular internal CSS. So this is all about internal CSS and inline CSS, but the main thing is that we're gonna use mainly external CSS and not all these things, because suppose I'm just deleting it, and when I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm just deleting it. Now suppose I'm just also deleting it, and I'm gonna discuss to you why I'm telling you to use external CSS and not inline CSS or internal CSS. Suppose for a small projects, suppose you have only one project and only one web page, and you are just implementing that, and here after head tag you are just mentioning internal CSS, or after p tag you are implementing inline CSS, and you're getting the change. But suppose we have a bunch of that particular HTML document, we have more than one file, more than one document, say 5-6 document in which we have HTML files, something like that. If that is the case, every time you have to write a style tag and write everything. If you have to use inline p tag, inline CSS and everything, and for each page you have to write all that changes. Suppose if you want, suppose I'm discussing about Facebook. In Facebook you see that after implementation of your password and login, you go to the particular website, and where you will see that there's some changes. Blue color is appear when you write your credential, and when you go to the particular website you will see that also blue color appear. So think about that. If you will see that if you use inline CSS for both that page, you have to write mention that particular changes in every page. So that's the problem. And although we are the ITO student and we didn't deal with that particular thing just every time we are writing something like that, so I didn't want that, and also you didn't mention it. So such save it using Control S, and now I'm showing you how to deal with the external CSS. So go to the new, here just save as. Although I had a you mentioned here, you have to, I had created one file in the desktop part, on desktop first, and inside that I have put my HTML file there. So to connect that HTML file to the particular CSS file, you have to also do that. Now save it as using first .css, and now save it. Now the change that you're gonna mention it here will be appear there. So suppose I'm writing here body, and now I'm taking here background color to red. Background color to red. Just closing the curly braces. Now saving it using Control S. Now I'm going to the browser part and see what change had occurred. When I'm gonna refresh it, oh, everything has disappeared. Why this is so? This is so because although we have written it, we have created a CSS file and everything we had done, but didn't we connect the particular HTML file to this CSS file? No, we didn't do that. So for creating that connection, we have to use something. So for that, I'm just opening that particular HTML file, first.html, and show you what didn't we have done. I'm just opening it, first.html. Now here you have seen that our HTML document hadn't been linked or something like that with that particular CSS document. So for that you have to use a tag, link tag. Inside that you have to use rel attribute. In that you have to mention style sheet, and after that style sheet you have to mention type. It is not the necessary attribute, you have to use it but for the common practice, because if you're gonna link your particular HTML document to JavaScript, you have to use /JavaScript. This is the common practice. I'm gonna tell you in the later section. After that, the main thing here, the link href equals to firstt dot css, and now close that particular tag and now save it using Ctrl S. Now go to your browser part and see that magic or change. Now refresh it. Oh, that's something cool, like. So in this way you are able to connect your HTML file to the particular CSS file. So just remember it. Now the first burden or something like that is your burden has been decreased. Now if you want to change anything in particular web page, you just write in your CSS file, and when you're going to open your browser, everything will implement it. I am just showing using p tag. Now I'm opening my first.css. I'm just opening this file and making this some change in that. Now I just want to change my p tag. I'm using curly braces here, and now I just want that particular background color to be, say, yellow. And now save is using Ctrl S, and I'm going to the browser part. Although see the magic, although we are changing something in the CSS part, we are not dealing with the HTML part, and you will see that the change had occurred in the particular browser, and we're gonna refresh it. That's cool, like. And in this way you will able to mention all the change and something like that. So the matter is that whenever you gonna create every HTML file, and when you're gonna link this particular HTML file to this CSS file, you will get the change in every HTML file. So you can just create only one CSS file and write all the changes that you can do. Suppose you write to change body tag, p tag, heading tag, and every tag that you have learned, anchor tag, and something like that. All the change will be implemented in the particular HTML file that you're going to link with this CSS file. So in this video you have just learned about internal CSS, external CSS, and something like that. After this video we're gonna continue on CSS. So thank you everyone. Like this video, subscribe the channel, and share this video to your friend, and press the bell icon for further comments. And just wait and listen one thing. If you want to earn through online, something like that, if you have just hobby that I am feeling bored and just want to earn something like that, you just follow my channel. I'm gonna put a video on either tomorrow or day after tomorrow on that particular thing, that how to go to a particular website and just using a transcript you are able to earn money by your own. So that's something cool, like. You just try it. I'm gonna make a visit to a particular website and see how you can earn money, and particular thing I'm gonna teach you on the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow will be lengthy day for everyone else. So thank you everyone. Happy Diwali for everyone, and subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you everyone.